providing an outlet for us, however. Bath, having won the toss, invite Johnny Sexton to kick off. And the kick-off taken by Dave Atwood, by Banahan. Ford, Eastman, Devoto, and then he gets tipped up by Teo. But this is Rokoduguni. Mathewa just holding him up temporarily. But then Teo is throwing himself around early on. By his own high standards, it was a subdued performance against Wasps last weekend. He wasn't good company, he admits, on Sunday evening. He'll be feeling a bit better right now. Leinster strike first, 3-0. It's a scoreline that reflects the first 15 minutes. Bath 3, Leinster 3. Atwood. Talk that Luke Charteris might be one of the big names coming in next season. Not yet confirmed by anyone here. Garvey to Autorak. Nicely held up by the blind side. Devoto again. Fast feet in fluorescent orange boots. Cook still having a look down that blind side. This is Banahan, who can blast through oak doors, as can Houston, but there was no room there. Fitzgerald amongst those repelling them. Here goes Garvey again. A little loopy one that Thomas needs to give some momentum to. Penalty coming, so Ford knows the drop goal is a shot to nothing, and it's a shot for 3 points. And Bath move ahead halfway through the first half. Major moment this for Leinster. Oh, it was nearly snatched by Hooper, but it's Leinster ball. And Heaslip has it. And he's fished it back to Cronin, who got the whole thing started.
Use it now. Max, 3!
Boss puts the ball in play. Banahan will have it. Oh, and Banahan, little pirouette, and then goes beyond Fitzgerald. Beat McFadden initially. Hooper. Cook. Webber lays it back. Ford. Neat little offload to Lowe, and this is Autorak. Now pinging the ball through the hands pleasantly, and Hooper gathers it. But it looks like we're going back for the knock-on off the hands of Rokoduguni.
Look at this. It's Eastman's pass, isn't it? It just gets tipped on for Banahan.
Yeah. Okay.
Better than George Ford for pulling it apart.
Line out neatly done to find Triggs, and this is Cronin herring up the touchline. He's like an out-of-control bulldozer, and Triggs again. And this is Ruddock. First time they've had the ball inside the Bath 22. Attacking the line, looking likely. Sexton, Fitzgerald, Teo. It was Banahan who came up quickly. Just slowed the threat down momentarily, but still they go on with Healy. Oh, Bath think they've won it back, and they have won it back. And it was Garvey who gets the applause. Over the shoulder problem that had been bothering him. Sexton. And then Teo looking for Carney. Ball's loose, but it's still Leinster ball. Boss, and then the blow of the French whistle, who did see the knock-on, and it'll be a Bath scrum.
Yeah, I think it was just Teo just trying to get that offload in the tackle. Just got in, got round the corner. It looked like it was on, but just forced the knock-on.
It's a fair old battle, this one, between Thomas and Healy. Now here goes Eastman, and this is Banahan, held up by McFadden. And then Heaslip's in there trying to snaffle the ball back, but it's not coming. Gone into the red. Do we have any more time left? There's the answer. It's been an interesting enough opening 40. Certainly the sound of Leinster tightening bolts. Much more assured first 40 minutes from them here at the Rec, but it is the home team who lead. Hold him up. Cook to Ford. Thomas to Watson. Comfortable ball in hand. They're understandable if they'd have taken the easy option and put boot to ball there, but they didn't. They're driving it out patiently, holding on to it. Cook under some pressure. Back to Ford. And he goes beyond Murphy, and he's on his bike, and he goes beyond Boss. Taken on by Atwood. Devoto. All this from underneath their own posts with the ball in hand, remember. Eastmond, Atwood, Ford and Webber. Cook to Eastmond again, to Devoto, to Watson. He's tackled by Sexton. Atwood's waiting, but it's Webber who takes it on. And then the ball lost forward by Eastmond. And as pretty and as much ground as they made at the beginning of that move, Leinster's white defensive line standing firm.
Yeah, it did. Now, it's funny, it's a real trait of good players. They just have more time on the ball. You know, he showed a couple of times, made the Leinster defence bite once or twice, and then went through a gap that came out of nowhere. Jordy Murphy on that occasion bought the dummy, and then he still managed to get the offload away.
Five minutes into the second half, a little bit of adventure from their own 22, inspired by him. Some grunt in the scrum, 3 more back points. Imagine that Samisa Rokoduguni will be on the lips of Mike Ford to have another look at. Nathaiwa to Heasland. This is better, this is where he can do some damage. Garvey stopped him doing too much there, but Nathaiwa takes it on to halfway where he finds Triggs. Boss to Sexton. Teo, that was a lovely step, and then the fend. That was a hard-earned 5 metres. Sexton again to Jordy Murphy, nicely done. Ross Fitzgerald off that left boot, beyond Rokoduguni. Watson was there, he's being chased by Nathaiwa. This would be a mighty impressive ball for Leinster to win, and it's a penalty to Leinster.
Keep that in hand. There still seem to be numbers right outside him. On the upside, it stayed in field, and it made Anthony Watson have to play it. And they were Mike Rossett is stealing a penalty. There's a collector's item for you.
A kick to move Johnny Sexton beyond 500 European points. 56 in his racing days. 445 now for Leinster. Saliba, who's with us now. And taken by Heasley. Initial drive from Bath, but it was neatly ridden by Leinster's pack. Ball there for Boss, and they're playing the advantage. Again, it's Fitzgerald. Sexton. He knows the advantage is coming, and Scruffy drop goal, but he'll have the kick at the post anyway. A European run that took him all the way to the quarter-finals with Racing Metro last season. He does not want his European run to effectively end here in the English Southwest tonight. He's doing his best, and Leinster are level heading towards the final quarter. 9 points apiece. In it goes from Matawalu. Put in carefully, then the drive. Leinster being pushed back towards their own line, very nearly over their own line. Penalty try! Bath's increasing domination at that set piece draws them probably 7 points.
See the referee just taking a few steps towards the post, and then his mind was made up.
We talked earlier on about the importance of the scrum still in the modern game.
It is a 7-point score. It's a purposeful drive from Rhys Ruddock. Sexton to Fitzgerald. This is looking a little bit more lively, and immediately Tracy provides some impetus. That was a decent drive. McGrath to Sexton. Held onto by Marty Moore. He was under a little bit of pressure there from Lowe. He did well, and they've drawn the penalty. McGrath to Sexton, quickly back inside, and really nicely done to Ryan. Leinster reviving themselves. Nathaniel Takani. Still playing the advantage. Ryan Hall to the floor. McGrath, and then driven onto by Van der Fleer. He scored a try, and Leinster have pulled it out of the bottom of the barrel.
Fantastic impact from the young 7, Josh Van der Fleer. He was encouraged to run into that hole from Luke McGrath, who's just come on the pitch himself, bringing that energy. It's as if he pulled the defence just out into where he wanted them to be, and the late run from Fleer into to score, and hopefully a kick that Johnny Sexton will be able to knock over to level the scoreline.
Heading into the final 10 minutes, we are level, 16 points apiece. Where's this going? It's on target. Has it got the legs? No. A couple of strides. And Bath will bring it away with some intent, and bang! Tackled by Van der Fleer, who was stopped in full flight. Ford, Eastman, Priestland. Saliba finds Watson, who finds Rokoduguni. And Banahan stretching things on this far left-hand side. Trying to look for him. Garvey a little bit isolated here. He needs to be strong to hold on to that ball and get it down, which he does. Eastman. Atwood. Offload to Saliba. Watson has again got Rokoduguni outside him, but the ball back inside was the option. And it'll be a Bath scrum with over 5 minutes to go. Early drive.
Here comes another one.
Potential problems here for Leinster. It is a penalty. And Ford can press the gamble button. They'll come back for it.
Leave wide and out from the pressure.
Leinster's European season might depend on the direction of that ball. And all of a sudden, it's in jeopardy again. 3 minutes to go. Bath lead by 3. Luke McGrath. Such a future ahead of him at scrum half, but not the plan. Taken by Hooper, and that may well be it. 30 seconds to go, and Bath can just grind out the seconds and perhaps grind Leinster out of Europe.
Yeah, they got it all wrong there. The timing, the call, the miscommunication there went straight into the Bath possession, and now just running the clock down. 15 seconds. They'll just hold on to the ball. They've got all the experience. They'll just run it to the floor and kick the ball out on this penalty.
Bath's European season, Champions Cup season, starting a week later because of the postponement down in Toulon. And he can celebrate his 50th birthday tomorrow with a smile on his face. Bath begin their Champions Cup campaign with a win. Leinster are going to have to work like dervishes now if theirs isn't to end by Christmas. For the first time in 20 years, the 3 times former champions have lost the first 2 in the pool stages.